Okay, you're going to hand in this worksheet. I want you to make sure you check all your answers. We are simplifying radicals. We're simply not taking a calculator and just asking the calculator for the square root of a number. Okay, we don't want the decimal. What we want to do is write this in simplest radical form, which means we want to try to find perfect squares that are factors. Okay, so on my sideboard, I have a list of the perfect squares. You take a number times itself, you create a perfect square. So you just have to know your numbers. We need to think of the largest perfect square that fits in the 150. So we're going to break it up as a root times another root. Okay? So within 150, the biggest perfect square that's going to fit in is a 25. Okay? And you can just take your calculator, take 150, divide it by 25, and you're going to know it goes in 6 times. So that's how you want to write it. You want to break up your perfect square first, and then a number, and then the perfect square of 25, the square root of 25, is just a 5. So we write 5 root 6. Okay? It is equivalent to the square root of 150, it's just in simplest radical form. So 12, 9 doesn't fit in, but 4 does, and we should know 4 times 3 is 12, so then it becomes 2 root 3. That's all we are doing. Now 108, it may take you a while to realize what perfect square fits into 108. So you look at your sideboard, you say, okay, does 81 fit in? No, it doesn't. 108 does 64. 64 is a perfect square. That doesn't fit. You keep going. Okay, again, you want to start with the largest you think could fit in. I know 49 is not going to fit. We'll check 36, and we're going to see that 36 times 3 is 108. So square root of 36 is 6, and then we have 6 root 3. Okay. For this one, I know 25 is going to fit in 5 times. Okay, so again, the more you do these, the better you're going to get at recognizing numbers. So 5 root 5 is our answer. Okay. For 32, we need, 4 fits in the 32, but again, it's not going to be the largest. So you need to realize that if you divide by 16, you're going to be able to break up 32 as 16. Square root of 16 times the square root of 2, and the square root of 16 is a 4. Okay? Now, when there's a number in front, just keep that number in front and break up. You can kind of ignore the number in front at first and break up your radical. 63 is 9 times 7, so the square root of 9 is going to become a 3, and then I have root 7. Overall, it's 6 root 7. So now, if this is a keystone and you had a problem like this and it was multiple choice, you could double check on a calculator that you have the correct answer. I can type in the original problem, 2 root 63. The fact is, it is 15.87, so on. It's an irrational number. It goes on forever, the decimal. But then I can just check my answer, and it better be the equivalent value. Okay, we're not changing the value of the number. Okay, a couple more, and then you're just going to hand this paper in. 180, you want to make sure you can find the largest perfect square. Now, another way you can do this is break it up into factors. Okay, so I can divide by 2. I have 90. I know I can divide 90 by 2. So really 4 and 45. And eventually, if you think of the factors, now some people don't like this, but you can start to discover some numbers. So just by me doing that, I knew 4 goes in, and also I know 9 is a factor of 45. And I also know that 4 times 9 is 36, so I know 36 would fit in. So play around with numbers, have a good number sense, and find how you're going to break up the number underneath the radical. So 36 times 5 is 180, and I know the square root of 36 is a 6. We already had a 6 on the outside, so it's going to become 6 times 6, root 5, for a 36 root 5. Okay, and again, you can check it on a calculator. This one, just to wrap this up, I know 9 times 6. okay? You don't know your times tables, you're gonna have to break it up using a calculator. So you need to try to get better sense of how numbers work, okay? So square root of 9 is a 3, root 6, 12 root 6, okay? So again, equivalent answers, check on a calculator if you need to. And then this one, the good news is 36 is a perfect square. So this is nothing more than -5 times 6, which is -30. Okay? And the last one, pretty easy. You should know 20 is 4 times 5. So the square root of 4 is a 2. So 12 root 5. Okay? Check all those answers. That took less than 6 minutes to go over all 10. But I know it's going to take a little bit longer. Make sure you break up numbers. Get better with numbers. We have other examples and other worksheets and stuff. The big idea is make sure that Schoology assignment is submitted, and that's how we handle radicals. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care.